Yo.
Welcome back to the Mark Our Words podcast, the official podcast of YouTube. Dude, like, you really think we are the official podcast of YouTube?
I don't know.
It's a lot of podcasts on YouTube.
I don't think so, but I mean, we come out there.
We about over 170 episodes and things like that, you know. I was listening to Joe Budden podcast. He got 700 episodes. I'm like, wow.
Joe Budden? He got more than that. No, you're right. That's just Joe Rogan.
Yeah, he got a little bit over 700. I'm like, wow. He said he's been doing it for almost 10 years. It'd be 10 years next year.
Jeez.
I'm like, man, you survived.
700 is wow.
Imagine that.
But Joe Rogan got 1,000 something. So.
You had co-hosts that probably was there for 500 of those, maybe?
That's a little disrespectful.
Man, that's crazy. I would have started over. New name and everything.
It's called the Joe Budden podcast.
How's life, man?
Man, life is good, man. Life is beautiful, man.
What's beautiful about life?
What's beautiful about life, man? I don't know.
Some would say you're not a negative person. And I would say you don't know him.
Yeah, I was like,
I want to say you don't know him. I'm just saying, based on what you say every week, life is beautiful, life is gorgeous, life is amazing.
I mean, I'm not a negative person, but I'm not a positive person either. I would say this is the first time in my life that I have struggled to lose weight.
What?
I'm still 250.
What?
I've been running every day.
I've
been running every day, son. I don't get it. Cause y'all remember back in the day, I was trying to gain 200 pounds.
I remember when you couldn't even get past 200. You baby eating peanut butter and bananas.
Man, I gained that joint last summer. Went past 250. I was like, okay, that's too many pounds. Mm-hmm. It won't go away. The 15 pounds won't go away. I'm 215 still.
215 is the weight that I should be.
And I'm like, okay, well, that's age.
But how is your body composition though? As in like even though you may be 215, do you still have the gut or basically like you're just like it's changing though?
It's changing.
See, look, so basically the 215 just holds differently now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I guess so.
I know some people in their 30s to where they can't lose weight in their face. And things like that. They lose weight everywhere else, but their face got the age on it. It should get that weight, that age weight on there to where things like that. This is just fat. like I lose weight and gain weight easily. I don't think I can get it. I'm gonna try to get as low as 205. I think 205 for me I'm gonna look like a stick, bro. That's gonna look crazy. I'm gonna try to get to 205 by this time next year, or probably like
205 is crazy.
205. I'm gonna try to get to 205. I'm not doing keto. I'm just
thank God.
Truth be told, if I just literally just prepare my meals, like if I go home and cook today, I'll be good. It's not that I eat bad. It's just when I do eat, I eat bad. Like I eat one meat. Whoa, that sounds crazy. I don't eat a lot of bad things. So example, I eat one big meal a day. Yeah. Everything else I don't really. I just snack on. You know what I mean? If I just change that big meal to something healthy, some greens, some vegetables, some more protein and carbs, I'll be good. You get what I'm saying?
Cause you did it.
I did it before, but
it was keto. But
I want a different body composition. This year, my only goal is to have an ab. I want abs. I really want abs before I get to your position to where you're like, bro, I can't lose 15 pounds.
I can't.
And I'm just like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Growing up with you, knowing how you basically was just like,
it was easy.
Yeah, it's just
I can eat whatever I want.
Whole boxes of pizza if you wanted to.
Man, it's weird because like I weigh myself every day.
You probably gotta be vegan now, bro.
No. I'm not doing that. I'm
doing
that at like 50.
You probably gotta be vegan.
It was at 30, but I hit 30. And it was like I still like meat.
No, cause my thing is, that's pause. But no, my whole thing is like now it's to the point where there's a certain weight you're just not gonna lose unless you like literally cut certain things out, like bread. Do you eat bread?
I changed. I don't eat. I eat flourless bread or flourless bread. Ezekiel bread. That's what's called.
I had a joke and I was like, I don't want to go there, but you know, remember that time when we was in church and they were talking about leaven and the leaven in the bread and stuff like that. He would throw bread in the crowd and stuff and things of that nature. It's a wild time in church, boy. I'm telling you, man.
They said, don't eat the bread.
You like, what?
Like, man, this bread look good. They talk about squeeze the bread, crush the bread.
We was like,
man,
no. I felt bad for the vacuum cleaners.
Oh, man.
But I ate the bread. But the whole point is, Levin was very good. But nah, so trying to lose that 15 pounds is crazy. But wild. Food is so good.
It is.
Food, truth be told, once you expand your palate, food is very good. Being someone who, quote unquote, is addicted to, not me, I'm just saying, like someone who may be addicted to like Wendy's or McDonald's, I'm like, you're cheapening the food. Like you don't even know. Like you don't even, like you think it ends here. Like it don't even start there. And it brings me to my guy who I am a fan of, Keith Lee. He's a fan of food. You see how I did that right there? Thank you. I hate you with a curveball. Right? So he's a big fan of food, right? He got his celebrity from basically giving his review on small businesses and things like that. First things that he liked. And then all of a sudden he realized that with his influence, that, I could actually help some businesses, small businesses that doesn't get the recognition or even the foot traffic to stay open. A funny thing about that, I read in the comments somebody years ago, they said Keith Lee, because Keith Lee would pop up back in the day before he did this food tour. He would pop up back in the day and they was like, look, we're happy that Keith Lee saved our business. We had a line outside the door, but we haven't had a day off for like 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Because once Keith Lee come to town and say your food is good, you basically gonna be like them Popeye chicken sandwiches with like that meme with the lady out sitting outside and stuff. You gonna work. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a fan of Keith Lee. You see people trying to mimic him and things like that, trying to do the food review. But I like his whole how he's staying true to himself, at least for now. And I wouldn't even be mad if he changed the way he do it. He said, I come there, don't pay me. You get what I'm saying? Like I send my people in. I don't want no special treatment. Even if he was to come out now and say, hey, if you want me to come through, I need to make sure like my family, I'm safe. I need some special treatment. I wouldn't even be mad. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? But what is your thoughts on Keith Lee and things of that nature on what he do with the whole food review thing? He ain't the only one, but I guess Keith Lee is one of the major ones that we know about.
I'll be honest. I didn't even know who he was until I think either it was you that sent me the clip or I just saw it on social media. But he had like a birthday thing and his wife like did like this, like got him a car or something.
Yeah.
And I didn't know who he was. I was like, who is this random person? But
so even when I sent it to you thinking that you knew who Keith Lee was.
I didn't know who that guy was. Wow. And so that was the first time I saw him. Like his wife getting him. I was like,
yeah, that's true. You really not on TikTok at all.
Nah. Yes. So when you sent it to me, I was like, man. I was hating. I ain't gonna lie. I was like,
life is beautiful. Life is gorgeous.
I was hating. Shout out to Keith Lee and his wife. Yo, you got a good one, man. Got a good one. I was like, yo, why he get a car? Like, what he be doing?
Okay. That's wild.
There was a time when my car kept getting broken into. So. But now I embrace the no car life, so the hate has left my life.
Okay.
The second time was during the Atlanta situation when he went to Atlanta and he was just critiquing all these businesses. And a lot of the businesses he had a great time with, but there was a couple businesses, big name businesses,
my man
that
said,
he just didn't.
He was like, Atlanta don't want to make no money. Like they got weird hours. Like it's Sunday. Like how can you not open? Oh boy.
So that was the second time I saw it, and I didn't even know that was the same guy until like probably pretty recently. And I was like, oh yeah, I did see that guy before.
Yeah, facts.
You showed him to me. And so I bang with what he's doing.
Yeah.
I like that, he's pretty low key with it. He's not trying to be like this big celebrity.
I feel like that. I feel like he gonna have to make some changes soon, though.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, because like you don't get the full experience unless you eat in or you get the food straight. Like you get the food and then, especially if it's like a restaurant, you get the food and then eat it in your car. It's always weird. It's gonna be weird.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna really get how the service is. And then if people see you, they're automatically going to treat you like a
celebrity. And that's why he don't go in. He sends his family in because nobody know what they look like.
Exactly.
So that's why he's like, hey, if basically like you know how it is like used to be, well not used to be in Atlanta. One big thing was there'd be lines outside, and people be waiting like hours and stuff to eat.
Yeah.
But they see him and they be like, I got a table for you. He was like, what about these people that been waiting over here? Like that ain't right. And no, I'm not gonna eat here. I'm like, well, I like that.
But yeah, I like what he's doing. I be honest, I don't know why he's the one blowing up. There've been food critics and people that review food for years.
Yeah.
So I don't know why he is the one, but I would say the food critics that I do see, I don't know how honest they are, and maybe that's the difference because
it's just something raw about his critiques or something like that.
He gives both good critiques and bad critiques. Whereas a lot of the food critics I've seen, always good critiques. Like I never seen them say, "Oh, the food wasn't that great," or "I didn't really have a great experience."
What about the guy that killed himself?
Oh, that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, but his thing was produced. That's TV.
Oh, okay.
So this is,
okay,
that's TV. But I never seen him also give bad reviews. I guess the only other person would be Gordon Ramsay. He's the only guy that I see give bad reviews.
But it seems like he gives more critiques on cooking.
Yes.
More than like going like basically the chef. Like you can't cook and things like that. So, but one thing I think that there was a big issue that people had with not so much Keith Lee, but usually when Keith Lee goes to a restaurant and things like that, he blesses the restaurant.
Yeah.
Outside the review, he may go and give them a tip. He said, "You know what? I'm gonna give you about $2,000. I'm gonna give you about $1,000.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you $4,000. But if I give you $4,000, I'm never giving you $4,000. I'm giving you $4,000 to split amongst 6 people or something like that." So, what is this situation that you want to talk about where Keith Lee gave this lady apparently a tip to split, but she chose to keep it?
Yeah. So there, I don't know what the background situation was.
Yeah.
But during the day that Keith Lee was there was like a long line or something. And to keep the guests preoccupied who are waiting for it to get served. Because I think it's like a food truck or something.
It was a food truck.
I guess the son of the owner invite his friend and the friend's brother to come and cut hair and probably braid hair or do makeup or something.
Just something to keep the people occupied while they're waiting for the food, yeah.
And, there's talks that it was free. Some people saying it wasn't free. Anyway, apparently Keith Lee was so impressed with this that he decided to tip the 2 people $1,000 each. And then $2,000 for the restaurant. Later on, when the person that was doing hair or doing makeup asked, like, "Hey, is it possible for us to get the money?" And no, actually, I think she said that you could keep my portion, but do you know when my brother's get his money? His $1,000. And the lady, apparently the lady, the owner, or the brother, not the brother, the son, they was like, I think we're going to keep it and we're going to distribute it how we see fit because you're not part of the restaurant. I don't know if you guys should get the full tip or something like that. And so that was kind of the full situation. I don't know too much about the situation, but I do know Keith Lee later came out and clarified that no, the $1,000 or the $2,000 were for you and the other $2,000 were for the people doing hair and cutting hair. And so that went into a whole. It
turned to a whole spill because she was once defiant, the one that decided to keep the money.
Yeah,
she was very defiant, but I guess she never heard of the reverse Keith Lee effect of like, hey, the same way as people will bless your business, people will curse your business.
Yep.
And then that's when she came out with an apology video.
Oh, I didn't see
but
that.
It's a little too late now because it's like you now we know you only apologizing because you starting to fill in your pockets.
Yep.
Your business was worth $2,000 compared to like
what potentially could have been.
You had $1,000 to yourself. Why you had to be greedy? like he gave you $1,000.
And the thing is, how much money did you make from that day? It was more than 2,000.
Whatever it was, you had a free 1,000, and he paid for his food. like I'm just like, yo, why are you being greedy?
Like, you could have just paid them 2,000 their tip. And like, question,
What's up?
you have a business.
I have a business.
2 people come to volunteer to help you out.
Mm-hmm.
Don't really know them like that. They not seeking for you to pay them. They said, you don't have to pay them. I'm gonna just work in. You giving them a little something? Or you...
Of course, I'm gonna hook them up with something. Yeah. Food, money, something like that.
Like $100 each. If they gave me 4,000, I'm giving each person 1,020.
It's not even that. Like, of course, that is out of the goodness of your heart. My whole thing is Keith Lee gave you money with instructions to how to distribute it. He figured that, hey, you really know these folks? Hey, just be easier just for you just to distribute it. But then you get online to, I don't know these folks. You know what I'm saying? Like, and basically making it look greedy and things like that. And I'm like, oh, so your business is worth $2,000 then. And we go see how much it's really worth when people don't come. See if that $2,000 can hold you. See if that can even, quote unquote, deal with the maintenance of your food truck. You get what I'm saying? With the food before you even sell a plate. Yep. You get what I'm saying? How much is that worth? You get what I'm saying? Just $1,000 could have helped you with something. You could have treated yourself to something. But it's just like, it was just greedy. People say it was a bad look. I viewed that person as an individual. Like I'm just like, hey, this just seemed like one of those people that get into business for money. You get what I'm saying? They just want to hold on to it. And now she experienced the reverse Keith Lee effect, I guess. Yeah,
I mean, you bring up something else that I wanted to kind of touch on.
What's up?
Which is that this whole Keith Lee stuff, and I seen it in other avenues, whether it's like salons or barbershops or whatever, or I guess not barbershops. Nobody's doing barbershops no more. Everybody's doing like single barbers. But, and you know, just black entrepreneurship has been heavily criticized over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And it's getting to a point where people are now, like, I know we had a conversation, and I still stand by, if you are a business, whether black, white, Asian, Japanese, I guess they're both Asian, but whether you're whatever race you are, you have to do good business for me to like to continue to go to you, right? And if you're a good business and you're black, I'm gonna stay loyal. I am. But if you're not a good business, I can't. I'm not gonna give you mercy. I'm not gonna be gracious. I'm not
mercy.
Gonna be like, if you're not a good business, I don't care. The thing, though, that I don't like is that people are now saying, not now saying, but have been saying that, look, this is why we can never support black businesses, or using a lot of these situations, the whole Atlanta situation where Keith Lee went to Atlanta and there was a bunch of weird things. People were threatening him. There was critiques about a lot of these restaurant foods are not great. They're just vibes. Cool. That's great.
A lot of green walls, a lot of
green walls, a lot of neon signs, a lot of like hip hop twerking,
a lot of DJ in the corner and stuff like that.
A lot of orange crushes and what's the other joint?
Mimosas.
But the food weren't that great. And I've been to one recently with my girl, to one of those type of brunches.
Was it good food or was it vibes?
Vibes, straight, nice vibes.
Okay,
great
nice
drinks, expensive, great drinks.
Was it the spot I told you about? The spot I told you that I never go back.
No.
Okay.
This is. I ain't gonna put that business.
Okay, yeah, you ain't gotta put them out.
But yeah, but the thing is, it's like that's not all restaurants. That's not all businesses.
Yeah.
There's some really good businesses out here that they do good business.
Oh yeah, but you know how it is. Whenever it comes to, this is why I don't trust black businesses. They choose the worst as representation.
There's a guy at my job,
okay,
who's black, who recently was speaking at like this black organization convention thing within our company, just highlighting the black people in our company. And he said something, which kind of like had me just thinking about this over the last couple of months, where he said, one of the main reasons he doesn't hire black people, ... I'm not going to finish that sentence because it really doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. But here's a black man talking about one of the main reasons he doesn't hire black people. And it rubbed me the wrong way.
Of course.
And I think it rubbed a lot of people in that room the wrong way.
You should quit right now. Just quit on that and full-time podcast with me.
Well, he don't represent the company I work for.
Oh,
but
okay.
He is somebody who works at that company. But one, it was a black man, and then two, in front of white people. And even though white people weren't at the conference, they were watching. There's a good amount of them watching.
You already know how that is. They straight Bojangling. You know what I mean? They tap dancing, whatever you want to call it.
I don't know what it was.
It was just weird.
It was weird. And even the white people who had the people that I ain't gonna go into it.
Okay.
But it was just like, where does that mentality come from? Mm-hmm. And it's because certain people have like, situational experiences with, whatever. They can't compartmentalize that experience was with that individual.
It was isolated, yeah.
But not, cause I had bad experiences with white businesses. I had bad experiences. I was gonna say Latino businesses. I never had bad experience with a Latino business.
That is
I ain't
facts,
gonna lie to you. It just hasn't happened. But I had bad experiences with white businesses all the time. Spirit is a white business.
They over there making the book bag smaller and smaller.
Yeah, over here telling me that's too big. I'm like, no, it's not. Like, let's not lie.
You're like, I got this for the dollar store.
You gotta pay $100. I'm sorry. Like, so I feel like the fact that people only single out black businesses where they can't screw every time with all these other white businesses, it's just weird to me.
Yeah. You see, my thing about that is, it's always an agenda to, quote unquote, disqualify someone or disqualify or disregard a business that you wasn't supporting anyway or that you wasn't going to support anyway. So those people that be like, this is why I don't do it, they wasn't never going to do it anyway. And they never was doing it in the first place. You get what I'm saying? Not a lot of people who had good experiences with whatever race company and they have one bad experience or a couple bad experience from that race that they going to be like, you know what, I'm going to give up this whole race business. No one talks like that, that have good experiences with that business. Only people who talk like that is people that was never going to shop there and never going to do anything anyway. Some would even say, I even saw something about this. People started criticizing Keith Lee at one point. They said Keith Lee because Keith Lee would give his honest reviews about businesses. This is even before the lady, right?
Yeah, okay.
So they was like, no one man should have all that power. Because the same way, because he give honest critiques. So if he was to give a bad critique, what do you think that would do to the business? Nobody would go.
Yeah.
Compared to him giving a good critique, everybody want to try it because he said so. So you had some people that feel some type of way about Keith Lee giving a bad critique about a restaurant that they don't even live in the same state. You get what I'm saying? That they basically like, Keith Lee should not be saying that about this restaurant. This person is this person that. And I'm just like, but it doesn't even affect you. It don't even have nothing to do with you. But it just it just leaves an open platform, which social media is, just for people to get their issue off. That doesn't even affect them, and things of that nature.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to. That one is hard, right? Because I guess he does have the option just not to review. And
he said this. He said, "Trust me, there've been some places that I chose not to put on camera, but he just can't." He said he just refused to be the guy that only have, to your point, only great reviews.
Yeah.
He said, I gotta go places that to where the food is not quote unquote good, and I have to say, well, this may not be good for me, but I did enjoy this, and I give this a 6 out of 10 or something like that. It'd be crazy if he go everywhere and he's like 10 out of 10,
8 out of 10,
10 out of 10.
9,
you ain't gonna believe him. You get what I'm saying?
And then you ask him like, "Do you try this? Do you try this?" He's like, "I did, but it's not good." But I can't say anything. So that's a little tricky. But even with the power of social media, it's hard, right? Because like in so many people's lives, social media is law.
Yeah.
It is. Like, whether it affects them or not, it's law. Like, I have a whole idea of what Atlanta, like, Erie scene is like.
I haven't been to the new Atlanta yet. At least outside the airport. I've been to the new Atlanta, but stayed inside the airport.
Me either. I mean, I've been, but I haven't really traveled like that. And so I don't really know if all of or most of Atlanta, because people have been talking about Atlanta like, yeah, I had the same experience. Yeah. Celebrities, regular people on social media, people on YouTube, all been saying the same thing Keithlee. Well, not the same thing Keithlee, but they have been saying like the food's not good, but the vibes are what it is.
Yeah.
And they do it to make you feel like you're a celebrity. Like that's the whole thing. And so now in my head, I'm thinking that's Atlanta, but who knows? Maybe that's just a section of Atlanta. Maybe that's just the particular restaurants that they go to. Maybe the food that I like don't necessarily land to that type of scene.
Facts.
So it's hard to really say like, don't wrap yourself into these narratives. And you're right. I'm not saying you're not right. You are 100% right. But the way social media is, and I feel like every third episode we talk about social media like this, but
it's getting more powerful.
It's becoming a law now.
Do you still have an X account or Twitter account?
Yeah.
I'm about to say I have to say Twitter because X just sounds a little too.
Yeah, that's weird.
It sounds a little nasty, a little
Man.
If you go on a post, especially if it's for you and things like that, how they have the following for you, bruh. Before you even get to the real replies to that video, it's just promo.
Really?
Promo, naked girl, naked girl, penis size. You know what I'm saying? Like, enlarge your penis. It's just a whole bunch of things. Mind you, this video is just a video of like a monkey and like a cheetah. You get what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, I remember when Twitter was when you can literally like click on a video and under the replies would be pertaining to the video.
Yeah.
Compared to promo. Nakedness or things of that nature and things. So it's like social media is becoming more powerful and more of the way, and people are now curving their way, or they are giving more energy to the social media experience than the actual real life experience.
Okay, yeah.
So it's like it makes sense that we gotta talk about it every time because it's changing. Like literally, 3 months from now, it's gonna be different in 3 months than what it is today. And things like that, based on the influence. Right now, I do want to try it, but I'm not gonna buy it. They have the VR Apple Vision things and things like that. I'm like, yo, we are really trying our best to like negate reality in every way possible. You get what I'm saying? And I'm just like, if it's not social media, it just gonna be VR. You get what I'm saying? Or AR, whatever it is. So it's like, I don't know what. Because, mind you, when that lady took that money, nobody would have known about it if it wasn't for social media.
That's a fact.
You get what I'm saying?
That's a
and
fact.
Then she couldn't even keep quiet. So she had to try to explain herself on social media and try to put the fire out on social media. If this was just 10 years ago, maybe even a little less than that, she could have pocketed that
She
joint.
would have got away with it.
Swiper, no swiping.
So it's like good things and bad things, right? I mean, the funny thing is, she probably would have got away with it if the people, like, let's say the heat was getting so bad, she could have just gave them the money, apologized, and then the lady probably would have came out and was like, hey, she gave us the money, blah, blah, blah. There was a misunderstanding, blah, blah, blah. Maybe she would try to pocket the money, but she didn't come on social media, try to explain it, and try to say, no, he gave it to me, that. Just let it rock, see how it goes. If you get too much heat, be like, you know what? I'm going to give her the money. Text her like, hey, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have kept the money. It was a misunderstanding. I thought it was for me, but it's not for me. Here's the money. Give your brother the money. And then, that lady would came back and say, hey, she gave me the money. Please. Everything's worked out. Thank you, everybody who's supporting me. And it would have blown over.
Yeah. But trust me, that lady don't represent me. I'm sorry. Like, as much as I'm for black people, and I am for black people, I give grace to black businesses probably more than some people probably would. You could go check my old episode and things like that.
You do.
But she don't represent me.
But the other thing, though, it's like we don't know the full story, right?
Okay.
Like, and that's the other thing that we have to keep in mind. Like, we don't know the intricacies of the whole thing. Maybe she really thought the money was for her.
I don't believe that one bit.
Maybe.
Because even when she came online with being defiant and things like that, I'm like, for someone who really thinks one way, you are very. It just came off as nasty, and I'm just.
I see.
And I'm just like if you made a mistake, I would think you'd be a little bit more gracious than how you coming so defiant in this video. I think the way she came off as Keith Lee gave me the money because he thought these people was with us, but they don't work with us, and they don't deserve $1,000. That's how it come off. You know what I'm saying? They was only there for that short period of time. They wasn't there the whole time. They don't deserve a whole 1,000 of this compared to me. I'm out here with my food truck. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I'm like, all right, Joe, keep it then.
And maybe I don't know, because like what the situation was, they was there for like an hour, even though the food truck was there for like 12 hours, and she's like, "Wait, y'all leaving?" Like, I don't know what the situation is.
Of course,
but I could see if that's the case. I could see somebody thinking that, like, why did they get $1,000 for doing an hour days of work?
I'm all for that, except when the one who's giving you the money give you instructions what to do with that money. It's just better to do it with that money. Keith Lee said, "Hey, this is $2 for you, and you got to split this with so and so." Like the minute you be like, "No, I'm just gonna keep that." That's the equivalent of. She did the equivalent of when your mother tell you to go to the store to get something from the store, and she say, "Bring me back my change," and you don't give her the change and things of that nature. It's like,
no,
it wasn't an integrity thing. It just wasn't a good look.
It's like you saying, it's like your parents giving you money to feed your friends.
Okay,
but then you see your friends are already eating, and you're like, they already got food, so I'm not gonna pay for their food.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just, but I'm saying that could be a scenario.
Yeah,
it could be that she's just greedy. Maybe they were there for 5-6 hours. They didn't stay the whole time. They was there for 5-6 hours, or maybe they were there for 30 minutes. Who knows? I don't know the situation. I'm just saying we don't know the situation. So, but the narrative of this is why black business. I don't know her. I mean, look, I respect anybody that can start business. Period.
Facts.
So the fact that she even had a food truck, I don't even know how old she is, but she looked kind of old, elderly.
Yeah.
You know, and the fact that she was able to have food that Keith Lee liked, she was doing something right. And I hope she gets a second swing at this, you know. I do. I hope this is a learning lesson.
Hopefully you would have learned this lesson at 25. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, maybe she's new at this. Maybe she was an employee all her life.
Yeah.
But the thing is like the fact that we keep saying like black businesses are this, black businesses are that, it just rubs me the wrong way. And you know, we don't have to give more grace to black folks in businesses, but we need to stop painting a whole brush on the canvas that all black businesses are like this. Tell your horror stories, but also tell the good stories. The person that been doing my hair, I never had a best salon, barber, any type of service type of experience than this person. The person, hey, if you can't show up, she's not gonna reschedule. She's gonna take her money. Yeah, she's like, hey, you gotta pay like a 50% charge if you don't show up. Cool. If you show up late, you gotta pay. Cool. I respect it. What that does is when I show up for my appointment, is on time. Because everybody else been on time. She's not taking people that came 30 minutes late. She's like, sorry, I can't take you because I have another client that's coming at this certain time. And I had to do their hair on time. And so you get there on time and you leave on time.
Yeah.
And I love that. Great conversation. Never had money issues. Everything's through technology. I could book my appointment whenever I want to. It's a great experience. And I think for me to hear other people are having terrible experiences, I'm like, that's with that person. But that's not black people. Yeah. And so that's my whole I guess, spill on that situation.
And guess what? You gave it at the right time because guess what? There was still a little Black History left.
Shout out to Black History, man. We ain't doing anything for Black History Month.
Who? Me?
Last year.
Who? Me?
I mean, this year. Yeah.
You said I ain't do anything. You didn't do anything.
What you do?
I married a Black woman, not on Black History Month, but
okay.
Okay.
Wait, stop.
I have a Black queen.
That's not a Black History thing, though. That's a current thing.
Okay.
That's not history.
It will be.
But we not talking about what you will do.
Okay.
We're talking about what you did for Black History Month.
Okay. I had a conversation about.
You gave money to one of our Black civil rights leaders.
No.
Well, okay. All right.
No,
so let's not talk about it.
Okay. I did not.
You ain't supporting the movement.
Okay.
How about Martin Luther King's kids? You gave any money to their legacy?
I think the son passed away.
Damn.
I think
RP. This nigga want to be sad.
I gave it to Black Lives Matter. I don't know what they do. I don't know what they doing with the money, man. They buying houses and jet skis and stuff like that, buying diamond chains and stuff. she really should have hired me. I could have got her out that mess.
How?
Be honest. The truth will really set you free, like for real.
Whoa.
They'd be like, "This is my full-time job."
You gotta let that shit. You gotta let that joint ride, son. You gotta let that joint ride, son.
You straight gotta be like, "Hey, look, this is my full-time job. I pay myself."
Oh, okay.
Like this.
I thought you was gonna say I stole the money.
No, I didn't steal anything. I paid myself, and with the money, I brought myself a house.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't tell you what to do with your money.
Yeah. You're right.
You know what
it's my full-time job. It's a very successful business.
And guess what? I advise anybody, please get into civil rights. Get into helping. Get into equality.
It's a growing market.
It's a growing market, man. Trust me, man. You don't need a blue vest all the time. You don't need.
There's enough injustice for everybody to thrive.
Listen here, man. Only thing you gotta do is
we got Gaza, Palestine versus Israel.
Exactly. And just think about it. It pays good, and you helping humanity.
Blood diamonds is still a thing.
Listen here. Imagine that people see these rappers, and I was reading online and seeing these young men like 21 years old, 23 years old, 27 years old, dying off of overdose and things like that.
Jeez.
Bruh, they want to be these rappers and things like that who really not living these lives. Be these civil rights leaders who's rich. Like, yo, help equality. Look at me. Look at my houses. Look at my diamond chains. Mm-hmm. Look at my partner. Look at my, you get what I'm saying? Like, but no, they want your civil rights leader to be poor and have no influence and have no power. You get what I'm saying? Hey, I could have helped out that. She still didn't respond to my stuff. But
you did DM her.
I did. She didn't respond. But hopefully she's doing all right. I haven't heard from her since. You get what I'm saying?
That's the right move. Stay quiet. You want to keep that money, stay quiet. Stay quiet. Don't say nothing.
I feel you. Anything else?
Nah, that's it.
Man, y'all be good. Blessings.